And 25 minutes is the length of this first session, taking the top 24
qualifying
cars at the conclusion of 25
for the sprint car.
And Mike flying lap, as we call it, there's chaos leaving the pit lane as this field comes by.
Talking about Team Toyota, you got Kyle Busch, you got Clint Boyer, Denny Hamlin, and Matt Kenseth in a group of 4. Then you have a group of 4s, and then all of a sudden, everybody lets loose, and we go from 4, 5, and 6 wide on pit road to everybody filtering their way on to the racetrack. That lead pack of Toyotas is on the super stretch. And it's Kyle Busch up at the front of that line of cars. Clint Boyer lines up behind him. Clint took a quick beat, just about a half through higher than Kyle. So they went through turns 1 and 2, but in 3 and 4, they are all pinned down to the bottom of the racetrack.
And it looks like the bottom is where the fast way is going to be right now. Early.
Up to speed.
Here now, crossing the start-finish line, heading off to turn number 1, is a 4-car draft, and those 4 cars, all from Hendrick Motorsports. You've got Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, Kurt Becker off of turn 2, those 4 cars. Now,
going off the corner and onto the super stretch, setting up now with
turn 1.
Off into turn 1 you go.
Ooh,
You got
that
a line
smell.
of 15 cars that may be running
that
at
race
speed.
fuel.
And then everybody's trying to filter their way around. So actually, Kurt, you got about 2 or 3 speed agendas exiting turn 2. And that's where you got Busch, for example, and also Danica Patrick. Those 2 teammates were at speed as they worked their way up off the top of turn number 2. But by the time they get to the super stretch, Mike, they're going to shift legs down to the bottom of the racetrack and shut it down. Meanwhile,
on the rest of them.
As everybody will come back to the line. Here comes a group led by Brian Vickers. You got Brandon.
Driver on the phone right now is AJ Allman.